Started out getting to celebrate my birthday last night, but today is my 2-year anniversary with Partner Co. And I just want to say a special thank you to each one of you for taking time out of your day to come spend this with us, because this is where it begins. So, I want to ask you a question. Miss Danielle's going to be my third arm here. Go for it. Who's ready to play the long game?
Woo! Let's go!
You know why I chose that picture? Because I believe we will be in stadiums one day, and I want to know who in this room, stand to your feet, if you are going to be in that stadium with Brent and Tammy and Julie and the rest of us. I want to know, are you going to be in that room? Because we're not going anywhere.
Yeah.
We are being here forever. We are in the long game. Brent can probably tell the story better than I can. But I'm
Fire
going
me
to.
up, Brenda. Let's go.
The year was 1960, and was now the fourth quarter in the NFL championship. The Green Bay Packers led the Philadelphia Eagles 13-10. They could taste that sweet championship victory by the time experienced as Philadelphia sent the Packers home defeated. After the game, Lombardi addressed his despondent team, saying, "This will never happen again. You will never lose another championship." Over the next few years, his word would prove prophetic. You see, in the next year, 1961, the Packers gathered for season's training camp, commanded by Coach Lombardi. Although they had lost the championship game, the team had established themselves as the game's most elite players. With 4 future Hall of Famers, Lombardi was not impressed. He assumed nothing. He began the next season with a clean slate and the most elementary lesson. "Gentlemen," he began, "this is football." He began to unpack the game with painful scrutiny. They would begin to learn the game of football is more than a mixture of chance, skill, and individual running around the field doing whatever they felt is right in the moment. Rather, it is an assembly of trained athletes disciplined to execute routine actions with perseverance and excellence, both individually and collectively. Victory in the game is decided by the team who can repeatedly perform the basics superior to the opposing team. For the duration of Lombardi's coaching career, he demanded absolute dedication to the fundamentals, emphasized a return to the basics as he rehearsed how to tackle, run, throw, and block. He obsessed over these things that others took for granted, and as a result, his team mastered the game. Not only did the Packers win the 1961 championship by defeating the New York Giants 37-0, but they won the next 5 out of 7 championship games, including 3 in a row. Lombardi would never lose another championship game, and he would never coach a team with a losing record. Lombardi is considered by many to be the greatest football coach in history. It is said that more than any other sports figure, Vince Lombardi transformed football into a metaphor of American experience. The method that resulted in triumph in the game is the same thing required to triumph in anything. Fundamentals never change. So as we've been talking today, everything pointed back to the fundamentals, the basics. We never deviate from that. So what does this have to do with Partner Co? Here at Partner Co, we stick to the fundamentals. We use the products. We talk to people. We share our story. And we follow the system of growth. So let's talk about those for a minute. What does it mean to use the product? You need to be a product of the story. You need to be a product of the product. And so it all begins with our story. And so, to me, health was a mindset. And so I would ask you to think about that. What is your mindset on your health? You know, we only get one of these.
That's right.
And it's not a dress rehearsal. And so I would challenge you to use not all of them, but as many products as you can to get the results that you need, because people are watching us. And so we have to talk to people. But like Danielle said, we have to listen. So we ask questions, and then we listen, and then we position the products to the need. We listen to the need. We position the products as a solution. And then share your story. Those of you that know me know I'm passionate about the art of packaging your story. Get your story packaged, because it will be the most important story you will ever tell. Your passion comes through your faith, comes through your voice, and so we have to get our story packaged. Now, your story should only be 2 to 3 minutes. Nobody's got time to listen to 3 hours of your story. People only remember 7% of what we say, and we need to make our nuggets count. So let's talk about the system of growth for a minute. I hear people on the IPA talk about, well, I'm doing the system of growth, I'm doing the SOG, and they refer to posting at 9 and 3. Well, Danielle just shared a little bit about, it's a little more than posting at 9 and 3. We call that passive activity. But look at here. We download boards. We have so many tools at our fingertips. And if you will just step in to the system of growth and do that, it's not rocket science. It is so easy. You see, we have all the information in the boards. Every answer to a question is in the boards. And if you will look at the system of growth, you will see the fundamentals woven all throughout the system of growth. This is available for everybody. I love the boards. Next slide. Look at this right here. Every question that a customer might ask you is in the boards. And it's simply a copy, paste, and send. That's it. That's as hard as this gets. If you treat it like a business, it's going to pay you like a business. You treat it like a hobby, it's going to pay you like a hobby. So what do you want? It's just a decision. And for some of you, today is decision-making time. And I would ask you, why are you here? What do you want? You have to know that before you can go any further. I want you to think about, where are you going to be in 5 years? What does the next 5 years look like for you? Because it's coming. Okay, so let's talk about packaging your story. These are the bullet points that I learned a long time ago. So there really is an art to packaging your story. Where you were, what you saw, what you did, and where you're going. So as I share this story, listen for those nuggets. I share my daughter's story all the time. She was struggling with major brain fog, extreme confusion, sudden rapid weight gain, and she said, Mom, I just want to sleep my life away. But as a homeschool mom and a student herself at a worship academy, that was not possible. She went to the doctor only to hear their labs were normal and all the doctor could offer her was birth control. She reached out to Amy Rickman, her best friend, and Amy got her started on the drops. And in 5 days, her life changed. It was if you had cleaned her brain with Windex. She was singing, I can see clearly now, the fog was gone. By the end of the 3rd week, she had lost a jean size. She's gone from a 10-12 to a 6. And she's on her way to sharing what she has experienced with everybody she comes in contact with. Now, what was that, a minute? Maybe? That's your story. Learn your story. We don't need to know all the fluff. We don't need to know all the details. Learn your story. Then you can circle back around and talk to somebody about being relevant to what's in it for them. Okay, the next we're going to talk about is 3-way phone calls. Y'all, You're in business by yourself, but not by yourself.
Yes.
Please understand that. And a three-way phone call is not an option. This is part of the system. So don't try to do this by yourself. And here's why. Use your sponsor. Now, this is a three-way call or a three-way text. It can be the same thing. And so what we do is we want you to model the system. Everything we do has to be duplicatable. This is a monkey see, monkey do business. And so, use your sponsor. You're in business by yourself, but not by yourself. The Lone Ranger rides off into the sunset and we never see him again. And so we need you to understand we want to help you. Your sponsor is here to help you. So with this comp plan, we earn money when we help you earn money. Did y'all get that?
Yeah.
Right. Yes, ma'am.
It grieves me when I hear somebody say, oh, but you're so busy. No. If you weren't here, I couldn't do what I do. Use your sponsor. Okay, so let's talk about the way a three-way might flow. Because some people are terrified of doing a three-way. Don't be afraid to do a three-way. I always give instruction whenever I'm going to do a three-way for one of my team. Here's what I want them to do. I want them to give me a heads up. Are you available between 1 and 3, Brenda? Because I'm going to be calling you. I'm going to make some calls today, okay? That makes sense? So now they're open. You're ready to make calls. When you get your person on the call, you're going to make the introduction and then mute your phone. Do not interrupt. Your sponsor is now working for you. So here's what should happen. Your sponsor is going to build rapport. They're going to find a connection point with that person. They're going to ask questions. They're going to share their story. They're going to edify you, close the sale hopefully, and then turn that person back over to you, and then you get to move forward. So, let's talk about the different forms or the different need of three ways. It can be about 3 different ways. Sometimes I'll get a call and they'll say, I just need you to share your story. Okay, what was that? A minute and a half? I'm done. I'm off the phone, hand the person back to them. Okay, another reason might be, like if I know somebody that has struggled with COVID, like Stephanie's husband Tiger, then I'm going to say, wait a minute, I know exactly who you need to talk to, and I connect like with like. And so if somebody's had COVID, then I want them to talk to Tiger, and I want Tiger's story. That'll be for that. And then the third reason is, like Kat. I'm so proud of you, Kat. Kat's getting me on Zooms. We're doing Zoom presentations because you know what? She wants to build a business, and so we're game on for business. Well, how do you do that? With presentations. So learn to do the presentations. Follow-up. We're not going to go into the follow-up, but I'm a follow-up queen. I love follow-up. You need to know that that's part of this too. Follow-up is essential. The fortune's in the follow-up, only if you do it. So let's look at the follow-up sheet. Again, this is the sheet I ask. I ask questions. I get answers. That helps me understand what person I'm helping. It helps me understand where the culprit might be. It helps me understand some triggers that maybe got them where they are. And so I need to ask some questions.
Brenda, where is that follow-up sheet?
So we put it on the organization after this.
Yes, absolutely. We'll put that on Partner Nation. If you don't have it, you can message me too and I'll send it. But we'll get that follow-up sheet out. It is golden. It is how I built my business from 20 plus years ago. And it's very elementary, but it works. But what I wanted to talk to you today about that follow-up is why do we do follow-up? Well, for one thing, we do follow-up because that is how I connect and build a relationship. It's through that follow-up, and we're on a journey. So there's a commitment from you to them, and it lets people know that we care about them. So there's a lot of customer nurturing that we get to do in that. See, people don't care how much we know. know until they know how much we care. You will establish that through the follow-up journey. We ask questions and we get answers. And then we help them get results and we stay with them on the journey. I tell people, if you purchase those drops, I come with those drops. You'll quit on me before I quit on you. And I do ask questions because I want to know, are you serious, Stephanie, about starting on the drops? I need to know on a scale from 1 to 10, how serious are you about reaching that goal? I need to hear about an 8. If you're about a 5, you're not ready. Call me back when you're about an 8. And the reason is because you're not going to diss my product.
Yeah.
You're not going to waste my time, and I'm not going to waste yours. I need to know they're serious. And they're going to give me 90 days, Crystal. I asked them, would you give me 90 days? There's a lot of encouragement that happens along the journey because people expect results, like Crystal said, like in 2 weeks. Like, come on. It takes 90 days for things to change at the cellular level. I get that understood up front and in the beginning. I want everybody to know there's no silver bullet. So, in that follow-up system, once I've established what's convenient for them, I'm asking questions along the way. And then I am hearing maybe another product might help. Maybe we can accessorize the drops with maybe something else that will help them get results faster. So that gives me the ability to what? Share about more products. And then the next step is what? Maybe get them on a subscription. We all know that's important, right? We want people on products. And by the way, this whole company, this whole industry is a whole lot of people taking a little bit of product with a few business builders sprinkled in. Mm-hmm. Products lead to results. And when you get a person results, they will tell the world. So how do we do follow-up? We just simply ask questions. So learn the power of the presentation. We have beautiful presentations. Dan did part of one today. It's amazing. I'm so proud of our marketing tools as well. I share all this because I want to encourage you to take ownership of your business. This is your business. We have all the tools for you to watch, learn, and share. And so remember, it's your business. Thank you. Have a good day.